Gangsta for life. I don't know that artist, right? That's Mavado. And we all know that Mavado's 16-year-old son is currently incarcerated and has been charged with a heinous crime of murder. In this video today, we're going to take a look at the facility in which he is being housed. Things might not be as bad as we all think it is. This is SouFLoTV, man. Welcome to SouFLoTV. It's your host with the most. Alright. Things might not be as bad as we think it is. That is probably the reason why Mavado is taking his sweet time overseas, earning some money so he can fight this case properly. The great Tupac Shakur said, "The OG once told me, don't go to war until you get your money up." Alright, I think Mavado is getting his money up so he can actually go to war. Alright, pay attention to this video. There's lots of pictures in here inside that facility. Here we go. Alright, so the first time I heard charged for murder, I said, damn, he's probably in a facility with a bunch of rough people, experienced criminals, hardcore, probably among people that are way older than he is and all these things. Probably I walk around in a prison jumpsuit, orange and all these things. Nothing could have been further from the truth. What he is in is something of a day camp or something of a structured environment. Watch this. So for those of you who are really interested in seeing this place, and for me to do this video is an honor to Jamaica because I had no idea that this type of an institution existed inside of Jamaica. This is actually something beautiful, right? So I'm going to leave the link in the description and I want you to go there and check out the site for yourself. It's actually a center that helps troubled teens. But I'm going to tell you more about it right now. See it here? Alright, so juvenile correctional centers, formally approved schools, are educational institutions providing educational service for children ages 12 to 18. And we all know that Mavado's son is 16 going on 17, so he fits right in. It must be pointed out that these institutions are not prisons. Not prisons. So yes, a lot of us thought he was in a prison. He's not in a prison. They are not prisons. They are residential settings for children whom the court determines requires confinement in a structured environment. You get it? So basically, the youth's safe. But wait, there's so much more that goes with this. I'm kind of happy he's there. Watch me. In a structured environment that will aid in their rehabilitation, there is a significant decrease in the number of children. In 2012, the population exceeded 400. However, in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth, the Ministry of Justice, and the Ministry of National Security, the numbers have remained below 260 in many instances, with remandees making up about 50%. Juvenile correctional institutions are part of the custodial arm of the department. Currently, there are three. You have the Juvenile Correctional Center and one remand center. The remand center provides temporary housing for boys whose matters are being dealt with by the court. Juvenile correctional centers accommodate children who receive a correctional order which stipulates the time that a child should spend in the institution. There are two types of residential facilities under the general rubric of juvenile correctional centers. You have high security and medium. The high security is for children who demonstrate a need for maximum control and intensive residential care services. For example, you have the Hilltop Juvenile Correctional Center and you have the Metcalf Street Secure Remand Center. Mavado's son is housed at the Metcalf Street Resource Remand Center. The minimum security institution are those facilities in which children can enter or leave the facility under staff supervision, which we know that Dante cannot. So although he's in a higher security environment, this is even better for him. He is the child of a celebrity, right? And believe me when I tell you, I'm not saying I'm glad he's there because no one to the youth lock up. I'm glad he's there because this environment is so structured and it has so much going on there. Like, you literally leave here with a trade, a skill that can lead to you opening your own business and becoming your own boss, even owning a company one day. So let's read on. The South Camp Facility Center for Girls and Raya Cabre Juvenile Center for Boys. Those are the minimum security facilities. The children can also leave the facility on license or home leave. Although most of the children in our juvenile facility have been victims of varying forms of abuses, they are very talented and generally display willingness to learn, especially when they are engaged in activities that stimulate their interests. A major difference in our education program is that our children arrive and leave anytime during the year, making it difficult to deliver the curriculum to all students at the same time as obtained in the regular schools. Although we are challenged in managing the learning difficulties inherent in our context, we work closely with the Ministry of Education and intend to strengthen the partnership so that we can better address the need of the children in our care. In addition to academics, vocational, and information technology programs, the following forms part of the annual events. So there where he's at, where Dante is at, they also have Sports Day, Culture Day, Jamaica Day, Heroes Week celebration, Parents Day, Christmas dinner, and award ceremonies. Staff members will share that working with children in correctional facilities is not easy, right? Training in the following areas are also provided. Check it out. Medical health screening and treatment, conflict resolution, human rights and child rights, adolescent reproductive health, personal development and planning, interpersonal relationship and communication skills, suicide, self-harm management, and prevention. If you think that's enough, watch this. Vocational skills, training, and activities that are also available. Several wards have been trained and certified as barbers. Several wards have been trained and certified as barbers. So maybe it's true that Vibes Cartel did I say, don't run, barber boy, don't run. Maybe this is where Mavado got his barbering skills from, because we all know that Mavado is authentically a street kid. You know what I say? I'm not talking about street kid like wipe window and them thing. I'm talking about him come from the gully, him come from the streets for real. Right? Him never grew up with no gold spoon in his mouth. So who's to tell if he hadn't been through one of these facilities and their training? Now, several wards have been trained and certified as barbers and have also been exposed to arts and craft. They have home economics, carpentry, tailoring, and many more. Great progress has been made in the area of farming despite the limited space. The cultivation of vegetables and bananas has contributed to the development of the ward in several ways. It has supplemented their dietary needs, empowered them with attitude and skills that will help them when they are reintegrated into society. Eggs produced are used to supplement the meals for the wards. Wow. So they're basically growing their own food. And in Jamaica, we have a big slogan that says, eat what you grow and grow what you eat. To cut down on imports and the diseases that come along with these kinds of food. But anyway, educational programs. All wards are exposed to the various educational skills training programs in the institution. These programs include, but not limited to, numeracy and literacy skills, computer training, agriculture, clothing and textile, art and crafts, home economics, principles of business, office procedures, social studies, human and social biology, music, and physical education. And there are pictures on the site, and I hope you see them, of the computer room with the library and the reading room. They also have a spelling bee competition, and they have pictures of the music room and words in their classroom. And in the music room, it seems as if the children actually have their own keyboards. So for the people on SouFLoTV who are saying, yo, SouFlo, we always a talk about what going bad in Jamaica and how can we help, because we're more privileged, right, on the side of the world or the globe that we're at. I want to donate. I want to send a couple dollars. I want to send equipment. I want to send stuff for the music room. I want to send this or send that. Please go to the site. The link is in the description. You might be more of help than you think you are. Okay? They have all kinds of things here for these children. And I can't see. You know what? Let me say this. It has always been my dream, and I said this before, that one of the things that I actually really wanted to do, given my background, is to go to Jamaica and actually do some time in a juvenile facility. Not do some time as an inmate, but do some time as helping. And one part of my mind say, yeah, I could probably be good at being somewhat of a drill sergeant type, instilling discipline. But I think there's so much more that I could do. And I think there's so much that my audience can contribute. And I think there's so much there for all of us to learn. Imagine if you're in Jamaica, right? And you actually go and ask to volunteer here for, say, a couple of days out of your stay. You're in Jamaica for 7 days. Go volunteer there for 2 days just to see what it's like. Just to see what troubled children of our society go through. The ones that are at the gateway of either rescue or jumping into the abyss of forever gone. And Lord knows, man, in Jamaica we have so many youths that have gone astray. So many of them go under the dirt early, dead and buried early. So many of them chuck badness. So many of them become young mothers, right? So many of them are abused and neglected and molested. And if we're sitting out here and we're saying to each other that, yo, we think that we can be the help and the change that we see needed, then this is perfect. You know them say out of bad things come good things? Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. This whole thing with the cassava piece incident and Mavado, and then it leads to Mavado leaving and his son being incarcerated and charged and all this. That's bad. But that's what led me to this, to doing some research and finding out about Metcalf, finding out about juvenile detention and all the things that they have to offer. And I must commend my country. I must commend Jamaica. Now, don't forget to know, the United States of America is my country too. I've been here since I was a small child. But I must commend Jamaica, because as much as I beat Jamaica and say, yo, we need to upgrade certain things. We need to make sure certain things are available so the youths don't fall into certain traps. To actually see that they are trying hard and there are institutions that are there and are set up and are running to save the children, to save my face at SouFLoTV, I'm just encouraging my audience to join me. Okay? Now we're going to go log on to this site or log on to YouTube and find the Department of Correctional Services Jamaica, DCS, and find Metcalf and find all the other facilities and do the best that we can, whether it's through volunteering time, spend some time with the youth them we're inside to make them know say they're worthy and they're human, and make them know say somebody out here care for them and all these things. You know what I'm saying? Alright. So here I was thinking that, oh man, Mavado, and you know what? I hope this shines a light. I hope this shines a light and people actually see, because a lot of us are beating Mavado right now because we are saying, yo, that man you're wicked. Like really and truly. Even those who don't want to say it because we like him so much, right? And me, I've never said it, and I refrain from saying it because, like I've said in my videos before, I'm a father of 4 boys, and I don't want to see, and I cannot sit here and be comfortable and wish bad upon any man and him youth them. Karma is a bitch, and she never forgets an address. So me wishing bad on any man and his child is only me wishing for bad to come around to me and mines. You know what I'm saying? So the idiot them will come on SouFLoTV and talk about, oh, you hate Mavado, so dog. And these are a few of the ignorant individuals that don't even take the time to listen. And I feel sorry for a lot of them because they can't even realize that someone is speaking on your behalf and you're cursing them. But anyway, for me to see this facility, right? This is something great. This is something awesome. And I can actually see why now that Mavado is like, yo, because honestly and truly, if my son was caught up in a situation and this is where he was at, all right, youth, listen, you're amongst your peers. You're amongst youths of your own age, right? Any boy touch you in that, so we're going to deal with it later. But for right now, go through. Because there are lots of things in here, and in there is a lot more structured and a lot more cushioned than the outside world. If we think about the incident that Mavado just went through, and his son being anywhere close to anything we are going, we're probably looking at a dead body if he was just left out there in cassava piece somewhere. So yeah, this probably is what allows Mavado to put a pillow under his head and go to sleep at night, knowing that yes, he's incarcerated, but he's not in a place where where I have to fear for his safety. Everybody in here that is a person of authority have to give accountability for my youth if anything happens to him inside this institution. And that is more than saying, yo, alright, him out the road, me don't know which bad man I go run up on him and shut him up because them vexed because of the situation I just went through and I'm his father. And in Jamaica we have a saying, if you can't catch Quacky, you catch him shot. He really has nothing to worry about here. And of course, people have put forth that, look, the man getting his money up because getting good lawyers in Jamaica to fight these high profile cases is nothing cheap, right? So in the meantime, maybe him come out be a barber. He's not over here upon the gully side. Him not over here so a man can slap him where we find him body a roadside. He's in a structured environment where he could learn a trade, right? And he's in a secured environment where we all know where he is at. I am sure his dad can call the facility and have him come to the phone and speak to his son on a daily basis. And I'm one of them. Oh no, I do SouFLoTV already, you know. If me talk nonsense, me take it back. And I'm not afraid to come before my audience and say, look, we were misinformed about this, and this is the new development, and I take that back. Very rarely do I ever do that, because even though me run down story, me no run down story and try to be the first. I like to see stuff play out, so I do my research as it plays out and make sure that I have the right information, accurate information to give to my audience. So, in this case right here, I am sure that a lot of the audience members, whether you are a Gully fan, Gaza fan, Wish Mavado, good or bad, whether you're one of them that was saying him walkless because if it was you, you would have been there, or you're one of them that was saying, hey, I see with him, I side with him, even though he's not there for his child, I understand why. I'm sure that a lot of you did not know that his son, Dante, was in a facility like this. A facility where they're growing their own food, they're learning skills and trades, to include computer technology, to include woodwork, to include seamstress, tailoring, to include arts and crafts, and all other kinds of stuff, barbering. You didn't know all that. So, I am the conduit. I'm that vehicle to let everybody know that, yo, maybe it's not as bad as it seems. Maybe it's not as bad as it seems. Right? Right now, today is the first day for the appeal trial to start for Vybz Kartel and all his other cronies. We're talking about Sean Storm, Carrier Jones, and Andre St. John. And as much as we're wishing them well, right, we're looking at what's going on with Mavado as well, and the time lapse, the time frame in which all this is happening. And we're saying, man, we don't want to lose another one, right? irrespective of whatever side you choose. So let it be about love, peace, and upliftment, people. Big up to yourself, and now you have a good view of where the youth is at. It's SouFLoTV, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave your comment in the comment section below. I'm up out of here. Peace. Listen, we're proud Jamaicans, right? Representing Jamaica on a global level, because I know that the internet is global. So why don't you go over there and subscribe to SouFLoTV? This is our family channel. This is a channel where you get to see behind the scenes, see our little son, see what we got going on as a couple outside of our regular channels. And for the real support of them, thank y'all for subscribing to all 3 channels. And for those of you who haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to SouFLoTV, brains&the beat, and Brains and the Beat. Alright? Big up on yourself. One love.